Well, good morning, everyone. I just wanted to tell you, I know I told you we'd have Michelle doing some floor stretches and exercise today, but she's having a little problem trying to get us her session. So this is an improv. Okay, let me fill it up with something, and she'll hopefully we'll figure it out and she'll be able to do it tomorrow. So I don't know how many days it's been exactly since everybody's had to go in their houses and self quarantine, but there's something shifting and I can feel it. I got up this morning and my insides were almost shaking. And so if you're feeling more anxious today or something like that, please know that it's not your stuff. It's actually part of the collective because I can feel it today, almost like something is brewing or moving, and not necessarily in a negative way, but just remembering that the longer everybody's in their homes, the more they're starting to get into things and oh my God, and all of this. And I'm sure there's plenty of people that are coming down with self-created symptoms in their mind. And the more they're watching the news and all of that, they're thinking, oh my God, I probably have it with, runny noses and fevers and all of that. And so remember to control some of this. The best thing you can do is stay off the news. Stop listening to it, because even if you think you just want to be informed and you have it in a room, remember, everything's a frequency or vibration, and it's just toot, toot, putting it out. And at some level, we're feeling it. The worst thing you can do is go to sleep at night with the TV on in your room with all that stuff, because it goes right into the subconscious mind and continues to play all night long. So I'm hearing that song all night long. The guides have a sense of humor some of the times. So I want to do a couple of reminders and then we'll go into the cards. This will be shorter today because of the impromptu. So I'm going to start by spraying some Sacred Kingdom Essences, Christ Consciousness by Claire Luft. And I love this one. Ben, watch your eyes. So I'm just going to spray this. And as I'm spraying some up, imagine that this is going to our whole planet, that he's shaking it off him, that we're sending this energy out. And what it really is about the Christ consciousness. Don't let the words be confused with, oh, I'm trying to push religion or anything like that. It is love, period. Call it love if you wish, but it is love. And that, at the risk of sounding airy-fairy, love is the only thing that's going to get us through this. Kindness. It was kind of interesting. Yesterday, I had a neighbor come over, and she had a mask on, and she barely talks to any of us, and she was, let me know if there's anything I can do. We're neighbors, all of this. So people are going to start to pull together, because the more we're out of touch with what's happening with our government, what's happening with the president, all of this, we are going to have to rely on one another and the circles within circles. And it's interesting as I say that, because I can see my reflection in the camera here, and I see that I have a Tree of Life shirt on. And what does that remind me of? That we're all connected. It's the tree of life, right? Whether it's animals, whether it's the nature kingdom, whatever, all of us, whatever culture we are, whatever age we are, here we are, all connected. And we have to remember that in two ways, that we can push this energy into the most positive place and shut it down by holding love and light, or we can be in fear and shove it in the other direction and make this last a really long time, which none of us wants, because it'll take so much longer to recoup economically and otherwise. I have this on my fireplace mantle, and it caught my eye this morning by Neil Donald Walsh. And it says, life begins at the end of your comfort zone. So there it is. Life begins, except for it's reflecting. There you go. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. We're all out of our comfort zone right now. I continue to be doing a ton of readings, and this morning I got up and I'm exhausted now. So I just got over the concussion, or I'm still getting over the concussion, but Spirit said to me before I came back to work on March 19th, I was already working, but not at the capacity I am now. The one thing they said to me is, don't overdo it. And what happened, because of me trying to help everybody else and feeling like I need to accommodate yesterday, if somebody has a problem today and they're like, could you please talk to me today? I've been doing it, but now it's catching up to me. So I had a session this morning, and then I had to go back to sleep for an hour and a half because I have more today, and we really need all of us to take care of ourselves. And so that's going to be my example of what can I do today to balance out. It's wonderful to be able to, I'm going to clean the cabinets out or the closets out or whatever, and people are getting a lot done. But remember, the bigger reason we're in this right now is truly that we need to slow down and rest. So we're going to keep the fires burning here, the candles. As long as I have candles, I'll be burning the candles. The Manifest a Miracle by Crystal Journey candles that work like a charm, and I'm just seeing it. And I'm also, usually this is on my altar with the picture of the world, the rose quartz, and the Manifest a Miracle candle, because we've created miracles before. We know we can do this when we pool together. And I think it's amazing that miracles can happen from everyday occurrences. And I had to go out for a prescription this morning, and I ran through the drive-through of Dunkin', and some guy in this fancy car that was in front of me paid for my stuff, and I thought, nobody's ever done that. I got so excited, not because he paid for my stuff, but because I thought, wow, there is kindness afloat in the midst of all this fear and panic, and wasn't that wonderful? So I'm seeing a lot of kindness, and even though we always see other things happening, it's where we want to put our focus, our direction, and it's a reminder to stay in the light. We don't want to add to the problem. We want to be in the light. And what you can do is start by visualizing. It's really important. If you can visualize the end results collectively, both collectively for the world, healed, people getting along from culture to culture, race to race, and also in your life. So if you're one of these small business owners and you're worried about things, visualize that, yeah, it's going to happen. And we're going to be in a positive space with this. Sorry, I forgot to take the phone out of here today, and it's ringing once again. So just know that, and know that we do create it. So today when I pulled out a new candle out of my candle box, I had these left over from my winter solstice, my big event that I do. And every year, besides the personal messages I give to everybody, there's a little message that I just make a one-liner, and I don't know who they're going to go to, and they're taped on the outside of the candle with a ribbon. And today before I picked one, I said, what is the message for the world today? And I had no idea what I was going to pick. let's see what it is. This is your year. So you might feel like, well, how could this be my year? What if I lose money? Or what if we're confined for 6 months? Or whatever you're saying. But this is saying this is your year. This is the year we're going to grow spiritually. We're going to grow as a collective. We're going to learn what we're really capable of. I had a laugh last, I have 2 other kids confined here, along with my granddaughter, 2 of the boys. And last night, it gave me such joy. They decided to make a lasagna, and they were all cooking doing different parts of it. One is cutting garlic up, one is stirring all the hamburger and everything, and the other one's layering it. And I thought, that gave me such joy in my heart, because I'm thinking, when is the last time you see people cooperating like this, especially younger ones? And not that I'm picking on them, but they're always so busy and going. And then the other piece was that I love board games, although I never get to play them. And my granddaughter knows that I love Scrabble. And so she pulled out the Scrabble game and she said, "We're going to play Scrabble. Would you like to play with us?" And I didn't, because I knew I'd get my butt kicked, because they're all very, very intelligent. But I was laughing and I'm thinking, I went out in the kitchen for something and I see the 3 of them at the kitchen table playing Scrabble. And I thought, when is the last time you guys have done that? Never, because you're out and about or doing whatever. So that gave me hope in my heart. And I said, wow, that little thing made me feel so good. And then they're like, all right, what are we going to play next? And, don't get me wrong, they were also making cocktails. And I said, well, at least I don't have to take anybody's keys away. And they were safe in the house. But I thought, isn't that cool? So that's my story, but what is happening in your world, in your story? Okay, so I just want to put a plug out for one of my friends. Okay, and every day when I can think of it, I'm going to put another one out. It's not that I'm favoring one over another. I'm giving everybody a turn. But my dear friend Carol Boardway Chapin, that I've known forever, that owns the dance studio right up here on the corner, she also has a business, Lilac Gray, and Gray is spelled Gray. And you can find her on Lilac Gray at Facebook Live. And she has a great selection of clothes, and she can either put something curbside for you or she can ship. So I wanted to tell you about her business today, and I'm trying to keep the little ones alive. And I have one other friend that has a great clothing business that I will be advertising later in the week. So anyways, today I thought we would go into the cards. And this is the Psychic Tarot Oracle by John Holland. And the first card is Disruption. And in the typical tarot, this would be the Tower card. So it says, a sudden, usually unforeseen disruption or major change is happening or is about to take place. Even if it appears to be a negative experience, it can lead to enlightenment or a total shift in your lifestyle. In traditional tarot meanings, this card represents the falling tower that eventually crumbles due to its weak foundation. Whichever part of your life you're focusing on, this is an opportunity to rebuild with a solid, positive structure to make you or the situation even stronger. There are times when the most difficult situations arise in your life. If you choose to, they can act as a catalyst to heal other areas. They're beneficial because they're truly your greatest teachers. Learn from past mistakes, accept them, and integrate them into your life by stepping stones. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. This disruption card is a reminder that negative thinking, limiting beliefs, ignoring problematic situations, and risky or careless lifestyles must be addressed so that positive changes can take place. Life has a habit of moving you forward, whether you're ready or not. Transformation of body, mind, and soul can happen if you view this dramatic time or change as an opportunity for growth. In the future, you may look back and be thankful for the opportunity. So, didn't that just say what I was talking about with disruption? We don't like, we like routine. We like to be comfortable. Many people don't like change because they assume it's going to be bad, or they don't know the end result. But this disruption card is saying we're being brought to a halt right now. And again, as I've said to you, it depends on what the collective decides and which direction your thoughts are going in. So just know that, and that is what disruption is about. The next card comes from Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine, the Angel Answers. And I'm, again, asking about everyone, like this situation. And we got abundance. So, it says, great abundance will find its way into your life. Your plans will yield prosperity, providing you a new sense of security about your future. The angels will be with you as you take the actions necessary to manifest your dreams. Abundance is not always financial in nature. You may be seeking to manifest new ideas, a large circle of friends, vibrant health, or love. This card can also reflect an inflow of any of these types of treasures into your life. Open your arms to heaven to receive with gratitude that which you desire. So it keeps telling me the same thing, and as I look individually for people, it tells me the same thing. This is temporary. We do come back. And recognizing abundance as everything, that you have a great family, that people are taking care of one another, doing those things that you can do. And then the last deck is the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. And we have Bast, who is an amazing cat goddess, independent. It says your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. Like the cat, you're fiercely independent, yet you also need affection and playful companions. Now is the time to balance your social interactions with solitude. Well, isn't that fun? While you may ask others for their opinions, ultimately you must decide for yourself. Your freedom and independence are top priorities to ensure that these characteristics are nurtured. Various meanings of the cards: spend time alone, give yourself permission to play, ask for your needs to be met, make your own decisions, work with cats, pay attention to your pet feline, and or get a new cat. So she was an Egyptian goddess, very powerful. And so what's this saying? Again, we have to appreciate our independence, that we can at least care for ourselves. Facebook has so much going on around it or through it. And one of them was about remembering that, our grandparents were in the war, and all we have to do is sit home on our couch in quarantine. And also, I saw the one going around about Anne Frank in 700 and something days, that her and her family were in this little area, and here we are complaining and not having all the comforts of home. I did see another one that was a different video that had a picture of the virus, and it was a lady doing a narration. Thank you, virus, for me appreciating my family again. Thank you for me getting downtime. All of this stuff. And we know this already, people. Anybody that's been connected to me has heard me preach this for years about gratitude. So here we are. We have to be grateful for everything. It's not, oh, I'm just grateful that I have food or toilet paper. I still can't figure that one out. But here we are. Here we are that we can connect as a tribe and a community through this video. Here we are. I'm very grateful. And thank you for all the kind words. And I'm glad it's helping. And I don't know if I spoke this before, but one of the things is Spirit told me that I'm voice activating, which means they're coming through my voice as a way to bring energy. So hopefully this is moving you in the right direction. I'm going to end with a prayer for today. And like I said, this is a little shorter because I wasn't preparing for this today. And the prayer is, Dear Mother, Father, God, to all the angels, archangels, and beings, great beings of light, master teachers, guides, animal totems, nature kingdom, and anyone else who's helping us from this side or the other side. Thank you. Please protect all of us, all of our families, all of our friends, all of our co-workers. And I ask a special light to go out. And I want to imagine that we've got the whole world in our hands. And we're sending out light to all the frontline people, all the nurses, the techs, the people drawing the blood, everybody, the people cleaning the hospitals, everybody. We're sending light to all of you. And we're going to imagine that within that light, we're lighting a flame. And as we focus on this, the flame gets bigger and brighter to give hope to everyone that may be concerned. Maybe you have the virus right now and you're worried how bad it's going to get. We're sending you light and love to all the EMTs, the police, the firemen, all of those that are considered the front line here, including all the people working in the grocery stores that are keeping us fed. Thank you. A big thank you to all of you. May this globe of energy continue to shine, and as each one of you puts energy into this, we keep this almost like rolling, like one of those globes you can spin to go all over the world and whoever needs it. We ask special prayers for anybody who's ill right now, and also to any of the other kingdoms that are suffering right now. I know my dog is very depressed because he's not seeing people come in the house anymore, and he's in a big funk. And so it is affecting everyone on this globe right now. So know that. And I want to just say thank you, Spirit, for the opportunity for all of this, for us to gather. And two things. I want to send a shout out to my good friend Linda, who's in Colorado. That was on the England trip. I liked her earrings, and she took them right off. She had just bought them and gave them to me. So my friends in Colorado, Lisa and Linda, I'm sending you lots of love and healing. And also, Don, I'm thinking of you and sending you lots of healing as well. So I like the idea that we can gather as a group and do this. My friend Don has cancer, and he's been holding it together for years and years, and I really love him, and he's a good friend. And if anybody would like to donate to GoFundMe for him under Saving a Veteran, Don White, that would be great. No matter what it is, everything helps. And I know he's been watching these videos. So, blessings to all of you. Stay safe and find a way, because that's what's going to happen. The light will always find a way into the darkness. So please know that. And I leave you today with Namaste.